It's okay. For the first 3 games, not great. And everyone's like, should we tank? Should we start watching USC games? Last 2 games, 300 passing yards. Yards per pass up, 8 touchdowns, wild. Passer rating 131, and he scored 34 points. Now, it's helpful when you play the Broncos and the Commanders.
Washington Stevens has been terrible all year.
But, we thought they were a decent team.
Well, Wildes did, for sure.
I did. I still think they're good. So did Justin Fields just prove he's the Bears franchise quarterback? No, kind of.
No.
Looks good out there.
Listen, he left the door open that he could prove it, but everybody, we all got to calm down on the most recent thing I saw is the only thing I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. And I saw some crazy tweets on this. Like, I'll show one that really jumped out to me because I know this person well and know that what they thought. There's all of a sudden, most of the 2020 quarter. So who is this? Who is it? I'm just curious. Who are because the 5 quarterbacks taken, one is Trey Lance, who we haven't seen. So it's Trevor, Zach, Mac, and Justin. Who are the good ones? Tell me. Who are you talking about?
I'm just saying. I threw an alley-oop to all of the trolls out there to say, maybe it's Zach Wilson, Trevor, and Justin Fields, and my guy Mac.
Zach.
Is.
Well, see, so that's the thing is Zach's also coming off the best game of his career.
Those guys are playing well.
I'm happy. No, played well. There's a play for Justin. It's 2 games. For Zach, it's 1 game minus the end of the game.
Start somewhere.
And then I am happy, Brew, that he looks like the player we saw at Ohio State. He got where deep field, downfield passing was his strength, where he can get out on the edge, because he looked like a shell of himself the opening few weeks of the year. But if I'm Chicago and I'm like, okay, that sells me, I'm done. Of course not. And I do need to see it against, other than literally the 2 worst pass defenses in football this year.
Yeah, look, you can't say he's definitely our franchise quarterback now. But what I do like, and like you said, Nick, he's making us think, oh, okay, maybe he could be that guy. We want to see what he does over the next several weeks because we want consistency. But the thing we have not seen from him is great passing. All right, that's what he did these last 2 games, 4 touchdowns each game. His high before that was 3 touchdowns. He did that once in his first 2 years in the league. He had never thrown for 300 yards. He had wowed us like with his running. We were like, oh, wow, he can run, but he can't throw. Now he's showing us. And I know he was only 15 for 29.
But it was
so he didn't complete
downfield.
Everything, but he was throwing the football well. I want to hear Greg, but you mentioned should we start watching USC?
Yeah.
There is some thought out there. Do you trade him now?
And
while
I said
his
it
stock
yesterday.
is high?
Canty said that today.
The only thing is you better be sure you get that number 1 pick. Because none of the other quarterbacks, even though they guys like Drake May and all these, I don't like any of them. The only one I definitively like better than Justin is Caleb Williams. So if I don't get that, what am I doing?
That's right.
So to the people within the organization, he's proven it. Why do I know this? Because Ryan Poles made a statement this offseason on March 15th when he traded away the number 1 pick. And acquired DJ Moore. They started putting pieces around Justin Fields because they felt like this can be who he was supposed to be at the start of the season. And so if this is who he's going to be moving forward, to your point, we don't know if that's who he's going to be, but none of us at this desk, none of us right here believes that he doesn't have the potential to sustain this. We just haven't seen it over the first few years. So we question, is this truly going to be him moving forward? But if this is him.
It's him, then you're in the catbird seat on you have the Panthers pick and all that stuff. Wildes, can I just give you a couple very, very quick Galaxy brain takes?
Sure.
One is last night's game terrible for Philly, because Washington looked so incredibly incompetent. Washington was 2-point conversion away. All right, Galaxy brain part 2. That Chiefs win over the Bears looks better and better week by week. Defense shut them down. All of a sudden they score. All right, last one and the most important. Brew talked about the trade. So let's say they do end up with the number 1 pick. Justin Fields had some ups and downs. They end up with the number 1 pick from Carolina. This offseason, would you trade Bill Belichick for Justin Fields?
No.
Man,
we're all no.
No?
No, I can't have too many quarterbacks.
What do you mean? Mac is done. Mac's
No,
done. You don't have the number
Hello,
1 pick.
didn't you just
You
see
don't want it?
quarterback fighting for his career rises to the occasion? It's the whole draft class.
That was Mac this past week. He tried.
Briefly, that wasn't. Now it's this week. Briefly, I don't generally like the let the apology be as loud as the criticism. But Justin Fields caught a lot of slack when he said he needed to play less robotic, and maybe it was the coach's fault. And then a clip came out of DJ Moore, who was talking to someone on the Bucs. He's like, hey, man, they don't know how they're not using you right. He's like, yeah, tell me about it. And he got slack for that. Man, that worked. Those guys have been playing great since that. So you know what, Justin Fields? You didn't need to apologize. You were hugging your offensive coordinator. That worked out. That was a good strategy. Anyone who said he shouldn't have called out your coaches is dead wrong.
You know what all happened?
You did a perfect
since
job.
That too? That Chiefs game. That's what I'm saying. That was all
maybe
Chiefs
that's what
game.
it was.
I told you, that's a great win. That's a really good win. The Bears are right on.
Get DJ Moore the ball. How about that?
Speaking of Chiefs at Vikings, Sunday afternoon. Mahomes never played the Vikings.
No.
Some smart football people have this as a Super Bowl preview.
Just you.
Well, now here's the head-to-head. And before you say it, I'm giving Mahomes an extra touchdown because of the slide.
No, I don't
So if
care
you
about
want to say 9 touchdowns, you got it.
Yeah.
Nick, can you guarantee a dominant performance for Patrick Mahomes against this porous Vikings
I'll guarantee
defense?
a win. And the fact that this is the question is you guys conceding you agree with the committee's tiers. No other team in the league do we go into and say, guarantee not only a win, but they're dominant. But because it's the Chiefs, that is what you are going to do.
Yeah, we want to
and
see
Wildes,
something.
I'm not going to bang on your head for picking the Vikings and doubling down on the Vikings. I am going to mention this is the only team in the NFL other than Kansas City Patrick's never beaten. It's the only team in the league he's never beaten because it's the only team he's never played. The one game they played during his career, he was out injured after the dislocated kneecap. I think you are. I don't know where you're at on this game. You like the Chiefs, but you always doubt
Love
them.
the Chiefs.
You love the Vikings, but they stink. I'm going to try to reach Brew on something because Brew did an impassioned. They're taking advantage of Patrick Mahomes, and they need better wide receivers. And last year, Juju and McCole Hardman. Through 4 weeks this year, last year. Can we show it, the wide receiver production? What you're going to see is identical. Identical. Through 4 weeks, the wide receivers. Why? Tell me why. How is that
Because
misleading?
as you've said, they've been playing 7 wide receivers. Is it 7 this year?
Yeah.
I'm not concerned about the overall pass production. I'm concerned about certain individuals. And I would guess, I don't know for a fact, but that Juju's numbers were better than any of the wide receivers. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they have a legit number 2 receiver on that team. Wide receiver.
Right. And what I'm saying is that's why they're playing that many guys to figure out who it's going to be.
But what if nobody emerges?
Somebody will emerge. And Patrick will play better. Somebody will emerge and Patrick will play better. And you guys all know it.
Patrick's fine. Is anybody worried about Patrick Mahomes? Nobody on earth is worried about Patrick Mahomes. Are you worried about Patrick?
No, of course not. He's my
We're
guy.
worried about the pass catchers.
Okay. You know what?
Greg, are we tripping?
No, we're not tripping at all. Look, all of what you're saying about Patrick Mahomes, we get it.
I'm not saying anything. I didn't even mention Mahomes.
No, when you talk about the receivers and all the things, I'm with Brew. And you know how I felt about Sky Moore, alma mater. That's a guy I know very well. He's not stepped up and been the guy that they were hoping he would be. None of these guys have been. They're getting more out of their rookie receiver, Rashee Rice, than any of these other veteran guys. I think MVS has even taken a step back. And more importantly, Patrick Mahomes, I believe he's lost trust in some of these guys and aren't allowing them to be what they can be because of the drops and the not getting separation. And it's like, I just got to find something that works, and what he knows works, Travis Kelce.
Or running. He's running more than ever.
Okay.
Yeah, they ran the ball a lot.
Yeah,
Maybe you guys are a running team.
Well, great defense. Consult the game.
He's been called the most effective scrambler in the history of football.
We'll have 5 touchdowns all year. It's a great
Will the trumpets sound on Monday? Next, first things first.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.